This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Hello.
Hola.
Bonjour.
Konnichiwa.
Ni hao.
Ciao.
안녕하세요.
Mabuhay.
Welcome to Washington State.
Explore the sights. Discover new things.
Appreciate the arts, music, and food.
Travel to new places.
Meet the people.
Make new friends.
In other words,
come
home with us.
Come home with us.
This is INC Radio Seattle, Washington.
Good evening to all of our listeners and viewers all around the world. My name is Brother Joshua Weber from the local congregation of Everett in the sometimes cloudy today, very sunny district of Washington State. Thank you all for joining us this morning, or actually this afternoon here in Washington State. It's already 1:30. We'd love to see everyone here. I already see in the chat we have quite a few hashtags going through. Shout out to Brother Von Torres and Sister Tiara already in the chat there. We're going to go ahead and be talking about our sibling bonds today. So joining us, we have the wonderful Ruiz sisters. So without further ado, Sister Sherelle, Sister Mia, go ahead and introduce yourselves and give any shout outs if you have any at this time.
Hello, brothers and sisters. My name is Sister Sherelle Ruiz from the locale of #Tacoma. And this is my sister. Hi, I'm Sister Mia Ruiz from the locale of Tacoma. Also, #Tacoma. Hashtags we would like to give out is, of course, our family in state and out of state also. And happy 110th anniversary.
All right, there we go. Again, happy 110th anniversary to all of our listeners and viewers, of course, all around the world as well, and to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. So, like I had mentioned before, we are talking about our sibling bonds. So before we get into our discussion with the Ruiz sisters here, we have a video that we're going to play from two separate sibling families rather, from here in our district. So without further ado, Kuya Tech, if you could pull up that video. Thank you, bro.
My name is JT Ignacco, and I am from the local of Puyallup. I have an older and a younger sibling. My older sibling's name is Joshawn, and my younger sibling's name is Javon. The most challenging part about having a sibling is having arguments, fights, and disagreements with them. It's hard for me to come up with an all-time favorite memory with my siblings, but in recent memory, my favorite memory is earlier this summer, my family and we went on a road trip to California, and we went over to Universal Studios Hollywood, and just being around my siblings and going on all the rides with them was really fun. I think our very favorite ride that we went on was the new Mario Kart ride there. It's a really good memory for me. The thing that I appreciate the most about both of my siblings is how helpful they can be at times, whether that be chores around the house or academically. If I'm struggling and they have a better understanding about a subject, I can ask them for help and they'll help me just like that. For me, the best part about having a sibling is having someone to spend time with and someone who is always going to be there for you. Sure, having friends is nice, but having a sibling is like having a friend that also lives in the same house as you and is just always there if you ask them to hang out.
Brother Eric Patinas from the locale of Kent.
Sister April Patinas.
My name is Adam Patinas and I'm 12 years old. My name is Elijah Patinas and I'm 7 years old.
And this is Sister Emily. She's 4 years old.
I like to play basketball with my brother, and I like to spend time with my little sister. I like playing basketball with my brother outside, and I like playing with Emily when we play with her toys. I like to play bike.
Bike? You like biking? Okay.
The best part about having siblings is whenever you feel like you're lonely, you always have someone to spend time with. So like if you want to play with someone and then you can play with your brother or sister again. I would say the worst part about having siblings is whenever you're trying to do something by yourself, there's always someone there bothering you. My favorite thing to do together is going to Hawaii when we get to swim together. My favorite thing we do together is like going outside and playing basketball and going camping. Swimming. I think the most favorite child from my parents are our youngest sister, Emily. I admire that my little brother is always ready to do anything that I ask him or want to do together. When we play basketball, he always helps me. If I get a move wrong, then he corrects me.
Alrighty, and we're going to go ahead and read a few of these comments that we have here. We have a greeting from Brother Vaughn. Happy birthday to my beautiful and loving wife, Sister Chrislyn, or Sister Clang Torres. May our Almighty God continue to bless you with many more years for us to be together. Also, special shout out, happy belated birthday to my Aunt Crizel. Her birthday was on July 31st. We have another greeting from Sister Aramin Galapon. Go Ruiz sisters, yay, hashtag Tacoma. And another greeting from Brother Jordan. Aloha po, happy viewing from Hawaii Pacific. There we go. Thank you for joining us, Brother Jordan. So, like our video and our title suggests, today we are talking about siblings. And like I had mentioned, Sister Sherelle and Sister Mia are joining us today. So, Sister Sherelle first, well, I guess we can have here our YouTube question of the day before we get into our topic is, what is your favorite memory with your sibling? One more time, what is your favorite memory with your sibling? And I guess we can go first into that question as well. So Sister Sherelle, what is your favorite memory with your sibling?
My favorite memory with my sibling, I think, well, one of them is the first time we marched together for our anniversary Thanksgiving. That was very, very spiritual, and that was so fun because I was like, oh my gosh, my sister is here. And playing video games with my sister. We shared so many laughs and many many words with each other. It was very fun. We laughed too hard and we ended up losing. So
And how about you, Sister Mia? Unless your memories are the same, your favorite memories are the same exact ones, but what about you, Sister Mia? What's your favorite memory with your sister?
honestly, me everything together, so our memories are really like the same. But some of my favorite memories are us having a sleepover in my room, just watching movies all night.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's some of those like really simple things that really make the best, you know? So I guess kind of more of an introduction for those who don't know Sister Sherelle and Sister Mia. Sister Sherelle, how many siblings do you have?
Well, there's me, my sister, and my little brother Chandler, who is 6 years old. No, 7.
I heard the quick correction there in the background. So, so are you the oh well there we go. We already kind of got the answer there if you're the oldest or the youngest. Um, but I guess now, what was your relationship like when you were kids versus now? Like how different is that kind of dynamic that you guys have?
Well, you can answer that question. We're still really tight, but when we were kids, we would like sometimes fight over toys, but but now me and my sister are really tight and we're good now. Yeah, I feel like we were always so close with one another because we just had each other before my brother was born. And now we're even closer and we're tighter, and I'm glad we stopped fighting a little bit more.
Reminds me of my own siblings. Shout out to my siblings, sister Samantha and Elisa. Very much so. Growing up, especially with my extended family, so my cousins from my mom's side, all of my cousins who pretty much everyone throughout the district knows as well. Brother Terrell, brother Tia, or brother Tia, excuse me, sister Tia. We all grew up very close, fighting all the time, just like over the smallest things. But now we're still fighting over all the smallest things. No, I'm kidding, of course. So Sister Sherelle or Sister Mia, actually, I'll ask you this one, Sister Mia. What do you like to do together?
Sometimes I like walking with my sister, and then like we could just get to talk and have a one-on-one. I also like playing video games with her, as said before. We we laugh a lot at that sometimes too. Um, we don't take anything seriously. So we end up like laughing at the most random things. We could see like, I don't know, a bush, and we can start laughing.
And you know what? That's the best thing, right? You don't need to be super serious about everything, especially when you have a little laughing buddy right next to you. Um, you guys are stuck with each other. You might as well make the most of it, right? Something like that. So, how about you, Sister Cheryl? Unless talking is your favorite thing as well, but what do you like doing together with Sister Mia and even your youngest brother?
Um, well, if we're talking about all of my siblings, we like going to the park. Since I'm like the ate, which is older sister, um, I like swinging both of them on the swing at the same time, even though I want to swing, but I'm ate, so I have to do it myself. But it's good memories because they'll remember it. They'll be like, "Yeah, my ate pushed me on this swing when I was younger." Um, but with me and my sister, like she said, we like walking around and talking. It's good bonding time with one another. Um, and we also like drawing. Sometimes we draw each other, and it's funny sometimes. But yeah. What else do you have to say about that? I love hanging out with my little brother. We like jumping around and just hanging out with each other around the park. Yes, and most importantly, we love performing our duties together because we're both in choirs, so we get to perform with one another.
Yeah, that's such a wonderful thing. I remember before when my siblings were in choir as well, way back when I first started, not only was it me and my siblings, but it was also with my mom as well. So we kind of were all able to perform choir together, and those worship services were honestly some of the most like spiritual feeling, especially when you're singing, and it's so nice. Um, One thing that I would like to mention, instead of siblings, pushing each other on the swing, is one of my favorite memories is my sister pushing me off the swing. But I guess we have a different sibling dynamic than you guys do. So thankfully, you guys are not as seemingly destructive as we were when we were kids. Obviously, we were a little bit more of the yeah. You can all ask Brother Terrell a series of questions later on what we did as kids, because a lot of the times it was all of us getting in trouble. And speaking of, we have a comment here from Brother Lawrence Manalo. My favorite memory with my siblings is when we got in trouble all together. Hashtag Everett question mark. There we go, Brother Lawrence. Definitely, me and my cousins, we also did the same thing. You know, if we got in trouble, we all got in trouble. We have to look out for one another. And, that's just what we do as siblings, right? We have to take care of one another, especially the older ones, the ates and kuyas. Another comment from Brother Vaughn. Great thing with siblings is when we cover for each other. That's another thing as well. Just one of those things that we have to do. Another comment from Brother Felomar Flauta, or Kafel. My favorite memory with my sibling, eating wings. There we go. And I believe that's chicken wings. So making sure. So, Sister Sherelle, what is it that you admire about your siblings?
What I admire about both of my siblings, actually, they're so creative and they are so smart. Sometimes when Sister Mia gets her accomplishments, I'm like, man, when I was her age, I don't think I could even comprehend that. She's so smart. I am like, that's what I admire most about her. Oh, what do you?
And yeah, of course, the question goes to you as well, Sister Mia. I know it's fun to just stare at your sister, but uh, what do you admire about your siblings as well?
I admire that first, my sister is always strong and steadfast in her faith, and she's always so active and always trying to bring us to activities and encouraging the other Binhi in our locale to go in as well. And for my brother, I love how energetic and always happy he is. He's always like smiling and bouncing around. But sometimes I get tired and I need to catch my breath for like a second because he's always running around the park.
It's amazing because even myself now I have a nephew who's turning 2 soon. He's just a little ball of energy as well, and they just jump. They love jumping. I don't know what it is, but kids love jumping, and it's just like, all right. But it's so dangerous when they're a lot younger because sometimes they jump and they land and they're not always stable. So you always have to be careful with them. Seems like Sister Sherelle. Oh, never mind. Okay. So, one more. Let's see here. So, I know we talked about kind of like your favorite memories. We're gonna go on a little bit of a what are your kind of least favorite moments? Because I know in the video they had mentioned, the best part about having siblings is this, but also the worst part about having siblings is that they're annoying. So, Sister Sherelle, if you have a least favorite moment, it could be still a really good moment, just your least favorite moment, I guess, if you want to put it that way, if you have one.
I think for me, since me and my sister can't stay serious, we cannot sit next to each other in like serious matters. But besides church, we're good with church. But like with everything else, if we sit next to each other, she gives me like an eye or just a weird face, we will start laughing. And it's so hard for us to stop laughing after that. So I feel like, yeah, that is like, I can't sit next to her when we're supposed to be serious. Like now.
Actually, you don't need to be serious right now. Like I said, this is a very casual conversation. We're kind of just talking about siblings. And of course, we're focusing on you, Sister Mia and Sister Sherelle. There's no need to be super serious about it as long as you're not laughing the whole 30 minutes we're talking. There we go. So how about you, Sister Mia? Do you have a kind of least favorite moment or kind of thing that between you and Sister Sherelle?
worried I'm gonna get mad. Yeah. Is it? Oh, when I borrow her clothes on accident without asking. Yeah. And I get mad. It's okay. You... okay.
You know, I know my sisters do that as well. Obviously, I don't do that with my sisters because I don't wear women's clothing. But they take my clothes all the time because it's easy to wear, you know, a sweatshirt or sweatpants. And I will say, those are some of my most least favorite moments, expecting to be able to wear a certain clothing and then my sister walks away with it. And it's definitely not a great feeling. So I feel for you there, Sister Sherelle. All right. So thank you, Sister Sherelle and Sister Mia, for joining us today on our topic of sibling bonds. Of course, it was such a joy having both of you here. Nothing but laughs, of course. So we're going to go into our next segment, and that'll be our CFO in action with Brother Andrew. So without further ado, Brother Andrew, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Brother Josh. But it's time to talk about our CFO in action for our district of Washington State. I'm Brother Andrew Santa Monica from the local of #Seattle, here to give you first the past activities, followed by our future activities. On July 27, last Saturday, we had our Neighborhood Appreciation Day at the Seattle Chapel from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the parking lot. On July 28th, we had our In Concert at the Federal Way Performing Arts Event Center. And on July 29 and 30, Monday, Tuesday, respectively, we had our Coastal Cleanup. This was held by region. So our district has many different regions. North Region, we have those in Bremerton, and we had Seattle region as well as the Kent region. For our upcoming activities, today, our sports clinic at Centralia from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. is going to finish up very shortly. And tomorrow we'll have our all officers meeting at the Seattle Chapel at 6 p.m. Tomorrow, that will be August 4. On August 11, we have our worldwide evangelical mission. All of the chapels, we're calling the attention of all the chapels, places of worship. So please prepare, beloved officers, and even the guests, please get updated from our beloved brothers and sisters in the faith, not just our siblings, but we're calling the attention of our brothers and sisters everywhere in our district to prepare for that that they too be able to invite many people to listen to God's words. On August 18, that will be our Unity Games at Centralia, and the teams will actually be combined. So it will not be by local congregation. The teams will be combined for that day on August 18, which is a Sunday. For announcements, we'd like to have a reminder to please stay hydrated. It is very warm over here in Seattle, so please drink enough water, as right now it is 76 degrees Fahrenheit in the Seattle area. It will be as high as 81 degrees in the late afternoon, so 3 p.m., 4 p.m. We're expecting sunny weather for the next few days. Actually, for this coming week, it will be very warm. Highs will be around the late 80s, especially on Friday. So be prepared, dress appropriately. And even at this time, let's make sure to stay safe, wear a face mask if we are feeling sick. Let's stay healthy and continue to stay safe wherever you are in our district of Washington State. Though it's full of nature, we also want to be reminded that we just want to make sure that we're doing okay. Back to you, Brother Josh.
Alrighty, thank you, Brother Andrew, for those for the CFO in action, as well as those other announcements, and of course, from all of us here on INCRadio. Of course, please stay safe and continue to drink water, stay hydrated, because it is going to be quite warm here in Washington still for the next few days. Of course, slowly but surely we'll be going into the fall and the nice colder weather. At least I like the colder weather. I know more people prefer the early spring where it's kind of hot and cold, but I prefer strictly colder. But that's just me. Of course, now we are entering into the ending of our show for today. 30 minutes passes by so very quickly, and it feels like we just started. However, we are coming to a close. So before we go, we'd like to give a reminder of the ways we have to tune in here for our broadcast. Of course, that's here through our YouTube channel, which is the INCRadio DZEM 954. If you're already watching through YouTube, great. I know we have our other ways to tune in, which is, of course, the INCRadio.org. If you're watching through YouTube, however, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the little bell icon that appears after clicking the subscription button. That way you could stay up to date with not only here in the satellite for Seattle, but for all of our other satellites all around the world with the other, the many other broadcasts that we have through our YouTube channel. And with that, from INCRadio, we would like to say our special thank yous and our special shout outs to Brother Eduardo Manalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, our SEBC President and CFO Coordinator, Brother Ramil Regino, our District Minister, Brother Relly Rivera, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Chris Valdez, our CFO Overseer, Brother Manly Andaya, our Executive Producer. Of course, we have the listeners, pardon me, and last but definitely not the least, we have the INCRadio tech crew. Thank you all so much for your love and support, and none of this would be possible without the support of each and every single one of you. So, from INCRadio Seattle, we will see you later.
This is INCRadio DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.